everyone, how are you all? Today's video is all about what my 4-year-old kid eat in a day kind of video. Here I am going to make proper Indian meals, nothing special, no special ingredients, all available at home, and we are also eating the same meals. So like every other household, the first thing is like boiling the milk, and he woke up by 7 a.m. like 7:10 or 7:15. I used to give him a glass of milk without any sugar or like any sweetener. He doesn't like sweet in his milk, no bonita, nothing. Some days I used to give rahi porridge or something like weekly twice or thrice I'll give rahi porridge, but some other days I'll just give him a plain milk. This is I'm making coffee for myself and milk for him, so he'll be like happily having his milk without sugar. If you have not subscribed to my channel, means consider subscribing, it would mean a lot to me. So next move on to breakfast. It's around 9:30 a.m. So for breakfast, first I'm going to make poha korukatai or aval korukatai. So here I'm taking 1 cup of poha, which I'm going to grind into a coarse powder, not so fine or not so coarse, like slightly coarse powder. So I took 1 cup of poha here. Let's start making. Adding 1 tablespoon of oil. Then I am tempering with mustard and curry leaf. Let it splutter. Started spluttering. Now let's add the other ingredients like chana dal around 2 tablespoons. Roast till it turns slightly golden. Now it's time to add red chilies 1 broken into small pieces and urad dal 1 tablespoon. Roast everything till it turns golden brown. It takes like around 1 minute or so. After this we are going to add the ground poha and half a cup of coconut. For 1 cup of poha I am adding half cup of coconut. I'm just sorting this well for a minute so that it blends well. Now for every cup of poha, like I am adding same amount of water, and I am adding salt also. So mixing the salt properly here. Now I added 1 cup of poha, so I am adding 1 cup of water, not more than that or not less. Don't add too much of water, otherwise molding in the shape of dumplings will be little difficult. Just add 1 cup and close the lid and cook for 2 to 3 minutes in low flame. Now after 3 minutes, all the water has been absorbed by the poha. Now let it cool down completely. So now it is all ready to make dumplings. So I am taking some wet cloth so that it won't stick. I am just going to steam it in the idli cooker. Now shape everything in the form of dumplings or any other shape you like. Shaped everything. Now I am going to steam it in the high flame for 7 to 8 minutes. After 7 to 8 minutes it will be ready. So this is like a very simple steamed kind of breakfast. Kids can easily have. It is not so spicy also, and it is very easily digestible for kids because it is steamed. So it's very good for kids, and even we can eat that also. Even we are going to eat the same breakfast, nothing special. So it is completely cooked now. Here for this side I am going to make peanut chutney, very simple peanut chutney. So let's start making the peanut chutney for this. So I am taking 1/4 cup of roasted peanuts, some tamarind, chili and salt. We can add a clove of garlic and sauteed onions. So we can make variations, but I am sticking with the basic one today. I'm just going to grind everything with little bit of water. So everything is ground, and I made the tempering with mustard and urad dal. Mix everything. Now it is all ready. So it just took me like 15 minutes for this. It's not time consuming also, but it is yummy. So it's all done. Some mangoes, raisins, dumplings and chutney all ready. Now it's time for some snack. 11 a.m. I made some mosambi plus lime juice. Here I took like around 9 to 10 Mozambis. So here I'm going to use my food processor. Lot of my Instagram friends always ask about this in food processor. So I just shown a little bit of the food processor. This is the Prestige one, Prestige Champion. So all the juice has come out, very little pulp has remained, and all the seeds also strained well. See how much of juice I got from 9 Mozambis, and I'm going to transfer this. The Mozambis are super sweet. We didn't add any sweetness for that. If you want, you can add jaggery powder or something like that. Now it's time for lunch around 1:30 p.m. So the lunch is like simple chana curry and sweet potato methi sabzi. Usually aloo sabzi I heard here in Maharashtra, it's very famous over here. So I am just replacing with sweet potato. For making the chana curry, I am going to pressure cook the chana with little bit of salt. I took like 1 cup of chana, which is soaked for 8 hours, pressure cooking for 7 whistles, like around 5 to 7 whistles. Now taking onions, tomatoes and some masala powders, and I will give all the details in the description box as well. Adding 1 tablespoon of oil here, then tempering with cumin, star anise, little bit of cinnamon, and one clove, sorry, 1 cardamom, then pinch of asafoetida. Let everything splutter. Adding the finely chopped onions. I used 2 large onions. Saute till it turns translucent. No need to turn brownish and all. This curry is so simple, nothing much of grinding and all. Adding ginger garlic paste. Saute till the raw smell leaves. So all sorted now. Let's add in the masalas. So coriander powder, chili powder, garam masala and salt. As always, add little water so that it won't burn. So cook the masalas till it leaves from the sides or till the oil separates. For a good curry, always everything needs to be chopped finely and the masalas need to be cooked properly. Preferably the masalas need to separate from the oil. Here you can see after 7 minutes the oil has separated nicely and the masalas are cooked completely. Now I am going to add the crushed tomatoes. I used like around 3 large tomatoes. It's like very finely chopped. Mixing it everything completely. So this curry doesn't need any cream nor coconut milk or anything, but if you want you can add, it's up to you. It will give a very nice flavor also, but I am not adding it today. I am keeping it so simple. Close the lid and cook for some more time. The tomato so nice and soft now. Now let's add the cooked chickpeas. So before adding, mix it completely so that it won't burn. Now I am adding the boiled chickpeas with the water. Again mixing it. Again keep it in the low flame for minimum 5 to 7 minutes. So before that I am going to mash little bit of chickpeas to get a thick gravy. So I am just mashing 1/4 of this curry to get the gravy, not everything, just little bit. I'm just mashing it completely so that the curry will be little thicker. So mix everything, close the lid and keep it in the sim for like 5 to 7 minutes. After 5 to 7 minutes, the oil has separated. It's all done. Garnishing with coriander leaves, and I'm adding a dollop of butter. It gives a very nice flavor. If you don't want, means you can just skip this, but I love that flavor, so I always add a dollop of butter at the end. So such a simple curry, it doesn't need much of ingredients, only onion, tomato, some basic masalas, that's it. It it is completely ready and it is completely kid friendly, protein rich. Now next move on to sweet potato methi sabzi. Here I am taking some basic masalas, adding some oil here, teaspoon of jeera, let it splutter, then adding this cubed sweet potatoes, so mix everything completely. At this stage itself you can add the salt, so adding in the salt again for faster cooking and splashing some water. Mix the salt and splash some water, not more than that, like just 2 tablespoons is enough. Then cover and cook for minimum 5 to 7 minutes. Now it is like almost 80% done. At this stage I am going to add the masalas. I am just adding very basic masalas, just jeera powder of half teaspoon and chili powder of half teaspoon, not more than that. Mixing it again close the lid and cook for another 5 minutes. Now the sweet potatoes are completely softened, completely cooked. Now I am adding the methi leaves. Mix in completely. No need to add any water or anything. It will just shrink in 2 or 3 minutes. Cover it and leave for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes it will be completely cooked. So you can see it is all nice and soft now. Now at this stage I am adding around 3 tablespoons of grated coconut. It is completely wilted now. Adding 3 tablespoons of coconut gives a very nice flavor. Just mix it. That's it, done. So it's time to plate. Here I am taking some rice, some homemade curd, curry and the prepared methi sabzi, and adding a drizzle of ghee at the end. So for dinner I didn't make anything separately. So we had some leftovers from the chana curry, so we finished off with some rotis. That's it guys. Thank you for watching.